Hi there, Jet English. I'm back. I'm here and I'm alive, thanks God. Today's August 12th. August 12th. And I'm here and we keep going. We keep having our nice little talks every day. Well, I try to do my best to keep it every day, but it's not sometimes. It's not always easy, but I'll try to do my best. So I hope you didn't miss me a lot. I didn't go for nothing. I had a very interesting and very important experience in my life that I'm going to talk to you now. What was that? What was those 10 days all about? It was a very interesting experiment with my life. And it was something I've never done before. So it was a new experience and I could learn a lot from that. I could learn a little bit more about myself, about my psychology, about the things that in my mind all the time and keep uh, nagging me all the time. So it has a lot of interesting implementations in my life. So what was that? Uh, One of my friends advised me to do this thing. It's called, it's called doing nothing. It's called doing nothing for 10 days. It has a specific name, this technique, this exercise came from Buddhism, and it has a name. It's called Vipassana. But my friend gave me the pure technique without any religion, without any spiritual things and activities. Just the simple technique of doing nothing and watching, uh, looking at the wall. And he simplified this technique and gave me like the basic idea of what to do. Um, Thanks to my friend again, he gives me a lot of interesting insights and methods and techniques and recommendations on what to do in my life, and I learned from him a lot. So thanks you, my friend, if you're watching this video. And this was a huge opportunity to learn from myself again. Uh, yeah, it's called, as I said, it's called doing nothing. That's what you basically do all the time. You do nothing. Well, it sounds strange, it sounds weird, but we forget in our lives that doing nothing is really a thing. It's even a thing. So we need to do something. And for me, it went to the extreme. In my life, I very often take things to the extreme. So, and with my time, I'm very frugal. I'm crazy about my time. I don't want to spend, a second for nothing. I don't like to talk to people for nothing, without any reason, any purpose. I don't like to sit and do nothing. I don't like to eat doing nothing else apart from eating. I don't like to spend my time. I don't like to go, just to go to the park and take a walk, look at the nature, look around. I don't like to go to the superstore or supermarkets. Um, I don't like to do those things. I don't like to clean my house. I'm clean my room because it's a waste of time. Takes a lot of time. So I don't like any activities that takes my time and doesn't give me anything in return. And I don't learn from it. And I got crazy about it. So when I wake up in the morning, I immediately turn on my phone and I play the audio and I start listening to a podcast or I start watching videos. Then when I go to the bathroom, doing my things, I am watching or reading something. Then I brush my teeth and I'm listening to something. Um, it wasn't that extreme recently, but I used to do it a lot. And I learned that from, well, first of all, from my father, I'd say, because he taught me to do something useful all the time, so don't waste my time. And I think that my schedule taught me that, because, so I would say my life and my ambitions. So I was brought up with lots of ambitions, so that I had to be the best in everything, not just in one area, but in everything. And I did quite a few things. I played football. I had to learn. I had to study very well, better than others, and I played clarinet, like Squidward. And in all those areas, I had to be the best. I was, it was ingrained in my brain, in my personality. I was very competitive and still is. And these two things created this, this attitude to time as a very valuable source that cannot waste even a second of it. It created this attitude and those habits. I think I started doing those things very early in my life. I think from 7th grade, I didn't I didn't spend a minute. I tried to not spend a minute for nothing, so that even a minute didn't go to waste. And I started doing this very early. Yeah, because I had to learn. I had to play football. I had to do exercises. I had to practice my clarinet, and also I wanted to read books. I wanted to, what else? I had some hobbies, maybe something interesting to do, and you kind of had to do all these things like in 20 hours, because everyone has only 24 hours. You had to deal with all of that, and it taught me a lot. It taught me that you can do lots of things in those spare time moments, in those downtime moments. You can use it. You can use this time when you just go on the street. When you go down the street, you have this time. Why don't use it? Why not use it? You can listen to a podcast. You can learn something, learn languages. You can review your words that you learned the day before. And if you take a bus, if you commute from school, from home to work, so again, in transport, you can use this time. While others just the dozling or sleeping or looking around doing nothing, you can use this time. You can read a book. You can do your assignment. Actually, that's what I did not quite often. So I did my assignments while in transport. Uh, you can you can listen. Listening is problematic in transport, especially in the metro. You could read. That's what I did. And my journey from home to university took about 2 hours. 2 hours in one direction, so it's 4 hours a day. It's a lot of time, and I use this time all the time. When you go to the gym, you work out, you can use this time again. You can put on your headphones and start listening to podcasts. Not music, but podcasts, something you can learn from. So this attitude, and went it went worse and worse and worse. I call it worse, but at the time I didn't think it's bad. I thought it's very good, because when you learn from great people of the past and from the present, they are very busy, so they sacrifice their life, their personal life, their free time, their health, their sacrifice. They put it to the altar of their success, because they sacrifice all parts of their life in order to be great in one area. So these writers or artists or scientists, athletes, professional athletes, politicians. You can do all of the things. You can do like 3, 4, 5, 10 things. You can have a normal life. You can be good. You can be average in all those areas. You can have a good health. You can have a decent job. You can have a family. You can have hobbies. But you'll be average in all of that. You can be great, doing all of it. Well, maybe some people can, but it's an exception. So you have two ways. Either you have to sacrifice everything and put, all your life to achieving one goal, or, well, you have to be average. So I couldn't come up with which I wanted, which I could. So I did kind of both. I wanted to be great. I wanted, great success in one area. I wanted to compete with others, to leave a mark in history, leave a mark in this world. But at the same time, I wanted too many things at the same time. I wanted a good health, a relationship. I wanted to study very well, to have a great body, and lots of things at the same time. And yeah, I lived like this. I I didn't go on vacation, by the way. And even if I went on vacation, yeah, probably I did on vacation, but it didn't look like a vacation, like in the normal way, in the usual way. When you go, to a very warm country and you just lie on the beach, do nothing, or play basketball, play football, play volleyball, and you try different kind of local foods, different kinds of food, and just talk with your friends and with your family. No, it wasn't like this. I know I took lots of books with me. I had lots of plans, more than when I in my usual schedule on my usual schedule. So I had lots of plans. I read. Uh, my phone was always with me. Oh, I tried to spend this time, as effective as productively as possible. And it was rather a very difficult time for me because you had more free time and you have more responsibility when you have more free time. When you work, you can't procrastinate. You have to do things. You're controlled. You're watched by others. You have to work. But when you're alone, you're all by yourself. For the whole day. Well, it's more difficult. You have to stay focused and very, very careful, cautious all the time. Well, it was even harder than my usual schedule. And now it was like this for, let's say, from 7th grade, like for 15 years. I never let my brain to rest. I never let my schedule to be free from everything, from anything. Just didn't. I thought it's the best thing. It's the worst thing ever. It was like a crime. It's like a crime for me when you spend your time, because what? Guess what? Uh, it's like I heard this quote from someone that if you spend, I think it was from, well, what this man in Russia was very famous for his books and courses in time management, Gleb Arkhangelsky. I think this is him or not him. I don't remember. So someone said that when you waste some of your time, it's just like killing, because you kill part of your life, you kill part of yourself. um, if you waste one day of your life, like you kill yourself for one day, like you take this day out of your life. You have lived a number of days and you take this day out. It's like you don't want to live this day, you don't need this day, and you take it out. And for me it was like a crime. um, it still is. So it was very difficult because it's like running down the hill, running down the sad hill. You can't stop. You go faster, 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 faster. You can't stop. I got myself in very, very difficult and very dangerous situations. I got a lot. I got a lot to myself. Took a lot to myself, and it was hard to catch up with all of those responsibility that I put on my shoulders. And with this statement and this condition, my friend met me and learned about my condition, and we talked, and then he recommended me to do this thing, to let your mind go, to be more tolerant, more liberate to your time. And well, and he taught me that it's not a crime. It's not a crime to be less concerned, less worried about all these issues. Be Well, what's this word? Let me check. I forgot this word. Yeah, this is it. To be calmer and more peaceful. Yeah, that's the word. To be calm and quiet and relaxed and peaceful. So it's not a crime. And more than that, if you teach yourself to do that, if you let your mind go, if you land all those no restrictions, constraints, those limits and those contractions of your mind, if you let all of this go, you actually increase your productivity. So I reached the limit in my life. I did a lot of things, but I wasn't that effective. I didn't feel that I'm effective, that I'm productive, that I do a lot of things, that I do a lot of things, but I don't achieve much. I don't finish, lots of my I don't finish a lot of projects. So you look like a squirrel in a in a wheel. You do a lot of things, have lots of activities. You sit at the computer all day long, but the result, where is it? And if you, but the truth is that it's when you work a lot, like me, when you do lots of activities, when you don't let yourself to rest, and you don't let yourself rest, don't let yourself rest, you don't let yourself uh, to be calmer, to be like easygoing, more easygoing. mm, your productivity goes down. Productivity goes down, and the problem is you don't even notice that. You don't even notice that because you keep your mind and your body in this like middle state. I would say you're neither relaxed nor contracted nor energetic. So in this um, and let's say semi-active, like semi-passive. I don't know how to describe the state. So you're not active, you're not passive. You're in this middle way, and you can relax because you're always with these worries, and your brain keeps working, and your thoughts are very hectic, and you think a lot about all of your stuff. And at the same time, you can contract. You can make an effort. You can work effectively and productively. Like like some people, they achieve a lot. They get things done in a very short time, and you can't do that either because you don't have enough energy. You're exhausted. You always your brain is operating, and you're worried. Uh, so you can do both of those things. But when you relax, when you sometimes relax, I didn't understand it. I no, I heard this from many people that, well, sometimes you have to rest, you have to forget about stuff, you have to, change activities, to stop working for 1 day, let's say for 1 day or 2 days a month, and for a week or even more for 10 days a year. And this, I said, okay, yeah, that's probably nice and good, but I didn't actually consider it for myself. Because no, I have a lot of things. Maybe it's for someone else, but not for me. Well, in fact, when you relax for some time and stop doing nothing, when you just read all day long and keep doing so, it's not a rest. It's not a rest. So when you relax, when you completely, you put everything out of your mind, uh, and stop thinking and stop being worried, that's when you relax. So, and can you imagine? I never did this for the for the most part of my life. For the most of my life, I never did this. I always worked. I always read. I've always been worried, and that's the thing. So now you don't in this middle state of mind, like you're doing like this, like sinusoid. You relax, you go really down, like a dead man. You don't move, literally. You don't think, you forget about things. And then you go like super active and productive. And with this state, with this productivity, you can achieve more. You can achieve more in 1 day than in 1 week in the usual state, when you're too busy to relax. So that's an interesting idea. And I decided to put myself to the test, to do this experiment, even though it sounded crazy. Like, how is that possible? I never had meal in my life. No, not doing anything with my phone at the same time, like not listening and not watching something. I no 50% of the time I ate at my computer, like watching videos or reading something or doing some project, or when I ate in the kitchen, I watched, listened to something again. I never did this for like 30 minutes straight, and I had to do it for 10 days. So it was crazy. It was crazy. Maybe I'll talk about this experiment in more detail in the next video. So I just wanted to say that it's worth it. It's worth it. It was worth it. That's for sure. I learned a lot. I became more confident. I became calmer, I wanted to say. So uh, I tend to believe this. I hope it's really true. And we'll find out later, because this is only the second day after the experiment, to know for sure if it worked. So I became calmer, I became more productive. Oh, we need some time. We need some time to see if it really worked. So, in brief, what I was doing all the time, I slept. I slept almost the half of this time. It's bad. It's not according to the plan, to the strategy. But I don't know why I slept this much. No, I have a suggestion, because I have a conjecture that if you have something interesting to do, it's easier to wake up. And by the way, that's a good tip for you. Have something interesting, something fun. You know, you like your job. You're eager to wake up. You wait for this time to wake up faster. Remember, in childhood, we waited for our like birthday, or New Year's Eve, something, and we counted days, then hours and minutes. So you wanted to wake up so much. Yeah. So nobody had to call you twice on this. The same here. If you lead a very interesting life, you're doing interesting projects, and you like reading, you like stuff, you like your life. Well, it's easier to wake up and you sleep less, generally. But it was a different story. I slept like 10 hours. 10 hours on average. Which is a lot. And it helped me, by the way, to spend my time. And then I just sat and looked at the wall. And then what? And then I walked slowly between the walls, very slowly, like 10 meters in 10 meters in 30 minutes. So I'm going super slowly. Well, that's it. That's it. Nothing else. No phone. Obviously, no computer. No books. No magazines. Ideally, no talking at all. So I must say, it wasn't perfect. I mean, how I accomplished this experiment. Sometimes I check my phone anyway, and sometimes I read something when it was super hard, when it was impossible to bear anymore. More than that, there was a special diet which made things harder like 100 times. Because it's one thing when you don't do anything, but you can at least eat something, something delicious. It's kind of a rest, it's kind of a pleasure. But first five days, it was just 2 meals a day, vegetarian kind of meals. Then 2 days, like the 6th and the 7th, only lunch. It was already hard. And the last 3 days, nothing, like fasting. I didn't do this fasting thing completely, and I drank, juices. Well, I didn't eat, but I drank juices a lot, like puree, like smoothies, all of this, more than 1 liter a day. And it was easier because It's not even fasting when it's not even fasting when you drink juices. It's more like juice diet. But anyway, it was hard. It was extremely hard and annoying. You know, when you can eat and you can't do anything, you can read. So it's double fasting. It's fasting for your body and it's fasting for your brain. So it was super hard. And I started eating on the third day, in the evening of the third day, at the end of the third day. I decided, well, it's enough. 3 days is enough. 3 days is enough so I can, you know, go out of this fast. So that's it. I think I learned so that I can do better. I can, do nothing. It's not the end of the world. When you take some time for yourself and you rest a little bit, after that you work harder. You achieve more in less time. And you become, calmer. Again, I said this already. What else? What are the positive side? What are the positive things? As I said, I need to wait to tell you for sure, to compare myself, new version of myself, to the previous one. But I think I'm very happy that I did this experiment. At least I let my brain to rest. Let my brain rest. Why I keep saying too. I let my brain rest. And I never did this for 15 years, so I think my brain is thankful to me. And I need to beat this year. No, I need to beat lots of projects out. I need to accomplish lots of things, lots of projects. And now in the middle of the heat time, I have 2 projects going on that I have to accomplish this month. And I also learn. I attend 2 courses online. Very serious courses. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's a powerful technique. And if you feel like you're very tired, your brain is always worried, and you can relax. You can sit like for 30 minutes without doing anything. It's like an addiction. Yeah, that's the main insight from this technique, because we are addicted, and as addiction with other substances like drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes, this is a information addiction. When you're addicted to information, you need new information. This is a good way to absorb it, because, well, you can say, oh, I'm not addicted, I'm just using my phone, I'm doing something very important and helpful. But it is an addiction, and you can check it. You can look for yourself. At least sit in your chair and do nothing for like 2 or 3 hours and look at the wall, and you will see how difficult how difficult it can be. So I learned that I'm addicted, and the better you beat this addiction, the better you become. The stronger you become, the easier it is for you to protect yourself from distractions, to protect yourself from social media, from unnecessary calls and talks, and you can do what you have to do. You can do it better. You gain your willpower, increase your willpower. So that's the main insight, I think. I think there are many others. Maybe we'll talk about it again. After some time, when I can see the results clear. Okay, thanks for watching. It was a nice talk. I almost forgot how to talk in English for 10 days. At this level, I think it's crucial to keep talking, to practice constantly, because once you stop, once you drop it, well, your level of fluency goes down substantially and super fast. So don't let yourself stop for a week. It's too much. Thanks for watching. How are you doing? Write a comment what's new in your life, and if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. I try to cover them in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed, hit this subscribe button. I wanted to say this phrase. This is a cool phrase. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.